tearful, but then it kind of subsided, and I had quite a nice weekend with, yes, a lot of activities outside my house, and I just gave myself time and started kind of reading on module 4. But I don't have the letter today, so I'll record it.
Okay.
It just didn't feel right, to be honest, to rush with it. There were other things that I was doing on the weekend I enjoyed, procrastinated a bit, and also I felt like I need to process things that I've experienced on Friday as well, and have a conversation with my regular therapist as well on Monday. So it was quite nice to actually have a very honest conversation about the course with her as well.
Yeah.
So I did share that there is that going on.
And how did it go?
It went all right. There was no sort of comments, no judgments. We haven't been in touch for like 3 weeks because she's been kind of unwell. Then the connection wasn't well, so. And the point of her conversation was supposed to be about as in mine and her relationship and how the process is going. But we actually didn't get to it because I did want to speak about the course and the therapy and just kind of get it off my chest. I sort of felt like I'm hiding something, a little bit like a little girl hiding something from her, which is interesting as well. That I've got those kind of transactional parent-child dynamics thoughts sometimes in my head.
Okay, very nice.
So yeah, it was good, and it was good to kind of actually say this is how it is. That it's not only you in that healing process, basically. So yeah, I read the material, most of the materials, and I had a look at those questions, the questions that kind of prepares you for writing the letter.
Okay.
So that I kind of thought I want to spend a bit more time on that.
Yeah.
Because it's interesting. It's really interesting. And it was interesting actually writing about I wrote about the traumas that I remember from that time as well. Less so about things that I know of but I don't remember. I didn't kind of include, but they are sort of in my mind. But so I'll focus on the traumas that I really vividly remember that happened, all to do with kindergarten. Which I hated. So that's where I am at this moment. I did a bit of affirmations as well, which was quite nice and sweet, and try to kind of keep it into the mornings rather than evenings. So it doesn't do that much. I think the affirmations are kind of good at any time of the day, to be honest. But yeah, the breath work I haven't done since Friday. It was just it was such an overwhelming experience. I thought I need to kind of sit on it a little bit.
Yeah, sure. Okay. Thank you for sharing, and I am celebrating you for taking your power, like like communicating, sharing openly what you were kind of a little bit hiding with your therapist. That is really like taking back that part of your power. Okay, cool. And also celebrating you following what you need, like you had a big process on Friday, and it takes time to integrate that. So it's good that you are just going with your own speed.
Yeah,
it's better just this is the best you can do for yourself, just going with your own speed instead of rushing through it. Cool. Thank you.
Thanks.
Okay, so I would like to hear from you guys. How is it going? And if you have any questions. Virginie? Yes.
It
Yeah.
just hi.
Right.
I don't know if I have questions, but just maybe about the feminine and the masculine, about this thing that it just I would love, because I think so I was not with you Friday. I was doing the breaststroke
Yeah.
alone, but it was very difficult to do. It was strange to do this breaststroke with you without you. It was strange for me to do like that.
Mm.
And it was difficult to do the earth break, the earth meditation for me. The first thing was because I didn't hear you very well, and I
Mm.
was going to sleep at the. I mean, at the beginning, it was difficult for me to stay, to stay awake. So I don't know, maybe it's resistant, but I would love to hear about people what's about this meditation. And also I didn't hear your voice very well, so maybe it's too loud and I'm going sleeping. And I would love to share. It's not the folder, but it's like so. This process is very intense and deep for me, because it's like to remember. I mean the baby, or I mean the toddler. It's like there is not so much memory, but there is some information is coming from outside. I mean it's from inside, but I didn't get before. And in working with, I received a lot of information, so it's very emotional because I understand my belief and all the things. So I was feeling good, but I see my vulnerability and my position that I used to be when there is something strong, very emotional. I can really go down and become like a victim, and I'm very I resist a lot of all these things, and I against me. So it's difficult to. I don't want. I take conscience. I mean, but it's difficult for me to go through. So it's like a hard process for me to change this way of doing. But I really take conscience about when I go in this kind of things. And I met people. I mean, I was normally last weekend. I was uh, normally meet one friend, and I understand the process that I use with him. Like, I mean, it's like we play with the victim together. So I say, okay, we are playing in these things. If you do like that, I do like that. So I take this conscience and I say, oh, it's not a good rule. It could be a toxic relation.
Okay.
So take care about that. And
Okay.
and also today, no, today and yesterday, because of the death of my grandmother. So I see a lot of picture of me
Yeah.
when I was young, but also when I was in my family. And
Mm.
I see some pictures that I didn't recognize me. I was not so young, but it was very strange to see me with a lot of tiredness and a lot of sadness. And it was very, I mean, I heard a lot of, oh, you are very pretty, you laugh a lot, and you are, but and when I was seeing me, I see what's happened on my life to be so sad, to be
Okay.
in this picture with a lot of tiredness and a lot of sadness. So it was very, uh, um, I mean, powerful for me to see that, because it's like I don't know how I can express but it's like a mirror, you know. I met like my inner child in this front. I never see this picture before, and I was thinking, okay, I work on my inner child, and I see this picture, and I asked my father and my brother, do you remember this picture, when it was, what's happened in this moment, what's
Yeah.
happened, why I'm so sad. and my mother and my father didn't know, and it was like wow.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I touched something
Mm-hmm.
on my process, and so it's like a quite beautiful because I can see that yes, there is something very strong in my life that made me become like that. I didn't know really what it is, but it's yes, it's important. It's not about my thunder, but I mean maybe before, and it's why it's like that. So yes, it's like some information from external information comes to me and help me to see how I do, how I can change, or I can. So yes, I'm very grateful also about that, and I just want to share about with you with this process that sometimes feels, and also to connect with my family at this moment, with my inner child. I mean, it's like my grandmother was the last thing for me of my family, but to connect with all my other family because of the death of my grandmother was something very strange. And it's like, okay, so I'm work on my inner child, and I need to know, and maybe it's why I can meet my family and to understand more what's happening, what was happening when I was young, and why I'm like that. So yes, just want to share about that and the difficulty. I don't know about the meditation of the heart, but can happen. I don't know.
Okay, thank you very much. And especially thank you for sharing what is happening, what you experience with that friend you regularly meet on Fridays. The internet is not very good now, right? No? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Because that is a sign that you see the dynamic between yourself and him with a different eyes. That is a sign of your consciousness is so there is a process of expansion in your consciousness. There is an your awareness is growing or awakening or changing. Yeah, I can hear myself like.
But it's okay. I hear you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a very nice process. Thank you. Yeah, there is echo. Yeah, there is echo also for me. I don't know what happened.
I hear you. Anyway.
Is there an echo still?
No. For me, no.
Hopefully it will go away. I don't know. I didn't change anything on the setting.
And what was beautiful also in the meeting, because I met in the circle of relationship, I met a lot of people that I didn't know them at the beginning, because I arrived and there is something new, and there is like a meeting, and it was a authenticity relation circle. So I know no one, and I go through with no fear. I feel very safe about that, and I see that I can choose the relation. I mean, I can attract something that was in my, I mean, who I am before and who I can become, and I can choose. And it was this kind of process, and it was so it was like I'm like a funable, you know. It's like, okay, you can choose that, but give you the opportunity. So yeah, it's like more connected, and you attract what you.
Very nice. Very nice. Thank you. Yeah, and especially like being in this state where you can see yourself being in that position of power where you can choose which direction to go. how to react to certain situations. Exactly, this is what we are looking for, you know, like being in that position of power. Yeah, like I said, it's just power instead of like being carried away by habitual reactions, like taking a moment for yourself to choose how to act, how to speak, or how to behave, you know, in certain situations. Fantastic. Yeah, fantastic to hear that you are there. Really, really good. Yeah, really good. I am happy to hear that. Cool. So who would like to share next about the current situation? Can you share a little bit, Hani? I know that you are behind. I am not sure how far you were able to go over the weekend. Can you share a little bit? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, hello. So um, we talked with Andy about the situation, and this a little bit very interesting period, let's say like this, and I really even had a minute to breathe, not to do any other things. Now I'm trying to catch myself still in the moving tomorrow evening and Thursday, moving to flat and other things with business. So I'm really up from 6 in the morning till 10, 11 with activities, not just awake. So and other issues in my life, psychological things, connections and how to say, connections with people, few.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't. I did my best now. I think I can catch up all the things on Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Everything, all the going through it step by step, and to keep the how to say, to keep the schedule, first, second, third, and fourth week. So this is my plan. So now I cannot tell anything, just maybe the situation now is also how reflection or result of not healed inner child in the past, let's say, because if it would be healed, I think I would be not in this situation, I think, now. So
Okay.
this is it.
Mm-hmm.
So somehow I'm trying I'm trying to do my best in some inner or outside, let's say, turbulences. Yes.
Okay, yeah, so thank you. Thank you for coming back
Thank you.
to the
Thank you.
group and to the call.
Thank you for
Hang on. Yeah, sorry, I couldn't hear. Thank you for.
thank you for the possibility, and thank you for how to say, to be able to continue, because I was also afraid that these all how to say, situations harmed as well my possibility to be here. So it was another fear, you know, that now I have this amazing possibility, and because of some messed up thing, I cannot continue as I wish, or as it could be in the um, normal stage of things. So that's why I thank you, Andy.
Yeah, welcome. Okay, and then it sounds like, you know, like moving into this new apartment and having your own space will provide the security. Yeah, will provide the security and the safety for being able to focus on something else than just surviving. Yeah, focus on something else and continue with this work. Yeah, cool. And you know, I think, yeah, this is the benefit of doing this course online, that you have access to the material anytime. You have your password to the platform, so you can revisit or visit the information there. And yeah, you are a little bit behind, but you are still here. So I am happy to see that. Thank you. Okay, so Natalia, how is it going? Do you have any questions?
Yeah, hello. I don't have any much question. And for me, after the 3% that we did on Friday, I just only have some tears. And now I feel quite okay and stable. Please, Полина.
Я тебя не отлипну.
Ты мне обещала. And after that, I actually feel quite stable last 2 weeks. I feel like quite stable and more emotionally. And if I feel down a little bit, I do some practices, energetic healing. So but I feel fine. Maybe a little bit there is some black dots of negativity still there, of course, but it's so manageable compared of few months ago, even months ago, even a few weeks ago. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, I am happy to hear that. And yeah, she is very playful.
Yeah, my niece, she when she sees I'm talking to someone, she wants to show herself so much.
Hello.
So
Okay, thank you.
yeah. Okay.
And Dana, are you here? We would like to hear how is it going with your process, with the course, if you have any questions.
So, what can I say? It's going interesting further. So, with the material, I'm not really coming to read this material. With the material, I did the second week. So I read. I think I have 1 or 2 more, but the second week with the birth. I think there was something in my birth process, like the affirmation from the this prolonged birth, or not affirmations, the things that you have there, like being late, and I don't know, like the things that, so I can relate to that. I can find myself in that. I cannot get any information because my mother is dead, and yeah. Well, my father was not there, but I think it was something probably in the birth process. And I think I'm gonna put today the intention are we doing the breath work today? Ah, no, okay, then I'm gonna try it by myself if I get to it. What is, so this thing I was feeling also, as I told you, when I did this with the shamaning, the birth process, I also felt like it was something there that put an armor, and I was like emotionless. But I don't know yet what it is. And I also I find that this course is going like in a rapidly pace, probably like Agi, so that I'm always behind, but so I have the feeling it should take like longer and more time to read and process, because there are lots of things that are coming, and lots of things that are happening also, like at work with for me it's a big theme, more the interaction with people, the relationships. I think from there are coming lots of things up. Just give me 1 second. I want to close the door. And yeah, a very interesting thing. It was like we had this one-on-one course programmed on Saturday, and as I told you, I was trying for 20 minutes or half an hour to connect, and the link didn't work. And before that, it was this confusion with the email, or I didn't have a link for that. I don't know. So it was like the whole thing, like it was so confusing, and I was waiting and you didn't show up, and I tried to call you, and it was like it was written that you're in another call. I felt like this anger was coming up, and I don't know what, I didn't know what, yeah, I should just leave it and reschedule, but this anger was coming up. And then like this memory when I was waiting for someone important, someone that is important to show up, so important for me, someone that should help me, or I don't know, take care, because you wanted there to help me to for my this fear of love. And I felt this anger and pain from the child who was waiting on the like in the countryside. And I screamed in the cushion, cushion. I screamed, I struggled here in bed. So it was really intense. And then I heard like this kind of meditation, this shamanic thing where I was going in the underworld, to say like that, to the child, and like two girls, like two parts of me, the one who was with the grandparents, the one who was with the parents, both came, and like I took them in my arms, and like we fell asleep. And then it was okay. And and then on the Saturday I did some meditation and yoga, and I told you about this new friend who showed. Actually, you know him because he was also in the breath work on Saturday. Tavi.
Tavi. Okay.
Yeah. And we did the magic mushrooms. And there it was also very interesting. Like I knew already that I have this fear of love, right? But I really felt it. Really felt it in my belly. So where the solar plexus, I really felt it. I tried it to send it in my fist and let it go. I don't know if it happened or not. And then it was some things I saw in Jesus. I have an altar with also Jesus picture, and it's like a round thing, and here is his face, and I saw other faces. And then I saw also woman face, who she didn't look like me, but it came these thoughts that this is me, and I was like in another life I was I don't know, murdered, and also like some kind of tortured. I don't know how it relates to being in love, if my man did that, or well, I don't know. So this was like some kind of answer. Why is there this fear of love? I don't know if it's true or not, or what, but like these things happen. And also I saw on his face lots of other faces, like not nice, like ugly faces, ugly, like with eyes. So the face was transforming, and I was conscious. So I have the consciousness while seeing this, that these things are like from my inside, like my shadows. These are my shadows that I'm seeing on his face. So lots of things.
Okay.
And then so fear came up. So other fears, I don't know where they're coming from, what kind of fear, but I realized that I have these emotions, this fear somewhere deep inside. And while this fear came up, also of love. I think like now I have again like another wall, or a wall also came up between me. I have again this need to put some distance between me and him, and between, I don't know, others also. I felt also less compassion. Yeah, so I don't know.
Okay,
Also that,
very nice process. Sounds like you are going through a nice process. So something which could be useful for all of you to know, what you shared with us, what Dana shared with us, what to do when you feel in your body that there is an energy, there is a fear of love, for example, in her body. But it can be any other energy. Yeah, it can be. I am referring to negative energy. If you notice in your body that there is tension, or there is pain, or there is anger or fear somewhere specifically in your body, then how to deal with that, or what to do with that. Because I understood that, Dana, you try to bring it up to your palm and then letting go. Yeah.
yeah, in my fist. So I like I brought it from here in my fist, and then and then I didn't felt it's here anymore. Like, yeah.
Okay, very good. Very good. So another way to deal with that, like most of the times that negative energy or pain is related to a past experience, an experience we have had previously, and it felt too intense or traumatic or overwhelming, or we just did not have the capacity to deal with it. And that is like a stuck energy in the body, stuck emotional energy connected to that memory, to that past experience. What you could do is staying with that experience. What you could have done as an alternative, Dana, yeah, is just focusing on that fear in your belly and talking to it like you are talking to another person, because that stuck energy is actually, we could call it is stuck to a sub-personality, like one aspect of yours in a past, maybe a childhood aspect, experienced something traumatic, which made her afraid of feeling love. Yeah. And we could say that she is you, but she is some aspect of you related to the past. So you could ask her, like you are talking to a third person, another person, or like you are talking to the inner child, asking her what happened, what is the story, what makes her afraid of love, yeah, or being in love, or receiving love, and creating a dialogue between yourself and between her, and potentially and hopefully that dialogue, like giving attention to her, giving your time to her, will allow her to open up towards you and share about that experience. And through that dialogue and through the sharing, the fear has an opportunity to be processed. Yeah, and then the fear is not there in your belly anymore. But not only that, the energy is not there, you also understand where the fear of love is coming from. Yeah, so this would be an alternative for all of you for the future. And you can do that with any negative sensation, with any contraction in the body, like you are talking to the pain, you are talking to the tension. Who are you, and what do you want, and what do you need, and how can I help you, like you would talk to a friend. Yeah, Dana, you have a question?
Yeah, I wanted to. Now I remember I did that. So when I felt it, I asked, "Who are you? Where are you from? Now, where are you coming from?" but I didn't get an answer like immediately, or I didn't get an answer. And I was like, how I said, like I was also on these mushrooms. And then and I thought, okay, if you don't tell me, then I'm just gonna pull you away. And then after that, like I put this question when I saw this icon with Jesus. I put there the question again, and then I saw this like faces and this story, which I don't know if it connects, but yeah.
Okay, very good. Okay, very good. So it is if any one of you is new to how to deal with suppressed energy in the body, and I assume that most of you is new to it, yeah, because this is part of the inner child healing process, then you can start it on this way, like envisioning or visualizing or thinking that you are talking to another person in your body. And then you know, like your intuition can tell you something to do something else than following this protocol, and then follow your intuition. You know, this is how we learn what works for us. But if you don't have any tool to start with, then start with what I just said, and then follow your intuition. Okay. Thank you, Dana, for sharing. Thank you for all of you. And okay, so let's continue with the topic of today, which is we will read the letters, the toddler letters for each other. And if you don't have the letter, it's fine. Then you can make a video recording of that and posting on the Facebook page. And before that, yes, I would like to hear about if you ladies have any question around emotions. Yeah, that was my kind of request that you come to the call today after reading about the emotions and thinking, contemplating on if you suppress any of your emotions and what kind of emotions you suppress and why. What do you think? Why do you suppress it? Yeah, so we will start with talking about this emotional stuff, and then we continue with the letters. And I can see Hani is writing to me that the battery of her phone is almost empty. Can you charge it somehow? Okay, so if you can charge it, yeah, then that would be lovely. Okay, so anybody on emotions? Oh, many. Okay, I am very happy to hear. So let's start with Virginia, yeah? Okay, you are on? No. I will unmute you. You don't need to push it, because if we both push it, then okay, now.
Okay. So I don't know if I understand the question, but you ask a lot of things in the email, and I would love to come back about the repression about of our emotion. How we, the emotions that we don't express, but the fear to express them. And I see that there is a lot of, even the joy is difficult for me to express, and I was understanding this weekend that if I am only me, it's okay. So it was a kind of strange process to be like you see you doing something you see, you express something, but you have the fear to express. So it was like something fighting me, and after when I do the work to write what emotion I repress, what emotion I am afraid to express, it was the fear about the rejection that come from, and I was feeling that I really need, I mean, my inner child really need to be to feel secure about express who I am. I really understand these things, and this weekend I see a lot of, like I told you, a lot of young people who are in the process, and I see it was so beautiful to be so in the present, to be like okay, I'm not afraid. There is a festival, and the girl come and say, oh, do you want to dance with me? And I was like that, oh my god, it was so beautiful to have to take the right to be because you want, but you don't, you are afraid to ask because you are afraid that someone tell you no, you are afraid to say no because you have fear about rejection. So I understand a lot of fear that I get because I think it was like the fear of rejection, but also the fear that if I express myself and maybe I'm not like other, it could be dangerous or something like that. So it was like, and also the belief that I have in my way, and I see a lot of comparison, and to see to see, okay, but and well, not like that, but is it important to be, or is it more important to be and to be with a new people and receive like a lot of recognition, something like they say, oh, you are so beautiful, you have a so beautiful energy when you dance, and something like that. I see that it's difficult for me to receive the
Compliment or
people say to me,
approval.
oh, you have you know.
Yeah, I put you on mute now because the connection is quite unstable, but I understood that you realized that for you it was difficult to express joy or happiness, and you realized that you are afraid of rejection, and that you also realized that it's difficult to receive positive feedback from others. Okay, so what you can do is that what you were actually asking me a few calls before, that how like learning to parenting your little child, so that piece which is afraid to express joy and happiness, that piece, that inner child piece needs the support. Yeah, that piece needs from you the support to know that it is safe, as you said, it is safe to express joy and happiness and dance because you are there for her to protect her or take care of her if people come with rejection. And this rejection or criticism when we are happy, unfortunately, can come from childhood where we were too much or too intense or too noisy or too fast or too energetic as children. Yeah, and our parents were asking us to, like to slow down or to be quiet or not to be so intense, not to be so intense. And then we are afraid to express this positive excitement, joyful attitude towards life. Yeah, like children have this natural attitude of, you know, like this playfulness and intensity. Yeah, they are running around and moving around and playing and having many questions, and they laugh and sometimes quite loud, and that can be disturbing for adults. Yeah, we adults, we are more quiet and slow, and we need our quiet time. So it can come from that time, and your job is to learn to become a parent to that part, yeah, and delivering the message to her that it is safe, yeah, it is safe to be intense, basically. Okay, and Virginia says it's not only joy, it is all emotions, even fear and anger. Yeah, and you do the same thing. You can do the same thing with other emotions as well. Parenting those, yeah, become the parent and creating the healthy, the safe container for expression. Very good. Okay, thank you. So Dana wanted to share something as well or ask a question.
Yeah, so I already told a little bit about that. So while doing this on Saturday, this fear was coming up. Also, like I had the impression that my cat is like she wants to do me harm or something like that. So I realized that fear came up, suppressed fear, and I don't know. So the fear of love, but there was also other fears there. So I don't know what exactly they were. And I realized also that I have this fear of hurting others, and also fear of like giving love or parenting or something like that, because I also saw in him this child that needs love, and like now I feel
in whom
in Tavi, in my friend.
Okay, so
I
you
saw
are
in him this child who needs love. And I also I saw also like in his eyes like loving eyes, but yeah, and this makes me now like wanting to to go away, to run or yeah. So this fear of feelings came again, like fear of love and expressing love and compassion or feeling that. And also suppressed anger, like I'm also at the same time angry with me that I still have this problem with love and fear of love after working on it for 2.5 years. Still there, and I'm some kind of angry with me for that.
Why angry?
And I don't know
Why are you angry with yourself?
Yeah, because I have this. Yeah, I think that I'm deranged and not able to have to feel normal feelings or love and have normal relationships. I always find something and then I feel nothing, or less or little.
Okay, so what are you saying is that you suppress? But my question was like, what are the emotions you suppress? And
Fear.
You suppress fear.
Yeah.
Actually, you suppress love, no? You suppress love
also, yeah.
because of fear of love.
Yeah. And fear of hurting others. Also, this is also.
So, what do you think? How or why would you hurt others? With what?
Well, with my behavior, because of this putting the distance and not, yeah.
Okay, so we will
And
do.
I also have a fear of being too intense. That if I like let myself feel, then it's gonna be too intense and too overwhelming for the others also.
Mhm. Where does it come from? Very
know.
intense for your parents?
I don't know yet.
Okay, so it sounds like this needs a little bit more time to it's a lot of things together, no? Like suppressing, yeah, lots of things together. Okay, we will do Friday. We will do an emotional kind of release breath work where we go through recognizing emotions and moving emotions in the body. Yeah, hopefully that will help. Okay, cool. All right, thank you. Thank you. And Natalia was next. So what have you recognized about yourself in terms of suppressing emotions?
So I think I feel I have suppressed emotions of being, I cannot express my anger properly, because if I will express anger, my parents would win anyway, because I cannot be angry. They are stronger than me. Even if I try, I cannot show it. Yeah, so I couldn't also express my needs, desires, because I was afraid not even to being rejected, because I will not be even it will not be, my needs would be not met anyway. So and a part of this, if I say it, I feel like if I say it, I would even get not punished, or maybe get, my mom would maybe scream on me because she has other things, stress. So I feel like my
So
needs
this is
I
a
could not
childhood.
express.
So this is a childhood stuff, or this is a current situation that you are not allowed to express?
No, it's a childhood. It's in a childhood.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
It was in childhood, but I feel like till now maybe I have a little bit of the stagnation of being myself 100%, because of totally depending on my parents and their opinions. It's kind of, they know better. You understand what, like they try, because of they don't have time and they have a lot of stress when they grew me up. They don't really have like time to talk, negotiation, listening, etc. So for them it's like they look for the easiest way to do it, and the easiest way is you should like better not talk, sit and you do what I say. It's like kind of this. And I felt like I grew in that way of condition, that I can't be myself 100%. If I'm express myself, I will get not exactly rejection. I will get my mom would scream maybe, or it will be like a fight. So better I will keep quiet with all my needs. I better agree with them than provoke a conflict, because if I provoke a conflict, I will be my mom would not talk to me, or she would be
So basically,
like
if you express
showing her face that she upset with me.
So basically, if you express yourself, then you provoke a conflict, and then the consequences of the conflict is some kind of punishment. Yeah, she's not talking to you, or she's angry with you. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yes. So and plus I could not express my anger, because if I express again, it will be like, of course parents will win because they're stronger. Like, look how you react when the child is angry. You don't want someone angry, you just beat them up, or you just tell him shut up and sit in your corner, and that's it conversation. So that's why I learned always to keep my anger down, and I never express ever anger with my friends or a relationship because I afraid that it will cause again conflict and separation. And so that's why I keep always anger in me.
Yeah, I understand.
So
Yeah,
this is my
I understand. So you have right. It's not a nice feeling to be around people who are angry. Yeah, we generally we don't like to be around someone who is angry.
no, when the people angry, when the person
you know,
I
but you know, anger is a sign that something is not okay. Yeah, so anger is not just coming from nowhere. So anger has a reason, like some of our needs is not met, or our boundaries are violated, or we are just need something, and that need is not met. Yeah, so then we are, for example, disappointed about the fact of that need is not met, and that disappointment can turn into anger, you know, or we are angry because we feel neglected or we don't feel important enough. So the anger is a sign that that something we are not happy. Yeah, so we are not happy for whatever reason. And yes, I understand that your parents didn't really have the time or the energy or attention to basically to listen to you, no? To listen to you, yeah. Yeah, okay, I understand. And that you are still playing out this routine. It becomes a habit, right? If we were not allowed to express whatever emotions, then it becomes habitual, and we just carry on in other relationships with the same routine.
I wanted to add also, which I noticed even still now, because I did not live with my parents for 10 years, that I have a little bit the tendency of the dependent. Not me, I don't want to be dependent, but they always tend to be like be more controlling. You should do the way I say. You should follow this way. This is right. Even if I don't want, I don't like, I don't choose. This is the right. This is the way. The kind of, and that did not teach me to be more independent. So I always grew dependent. So I couldn't go when I was child. I couldn't do things myself. I was shy to ask. I was shy to do, and I grew. So because I learned to be independent more because I lived 10 years alone. So I have to be quite of dependent on myself. Learn how to do shopping, how to rent the apartment, how to buy car, how. But now I come back, and now I need to just simply to change driving license. And now I feel like my parents still try to be there involved, like I'm a baby. But I live 10 years old. Come on, I can do it myself even. So this is like still this pattern is there, but because it's there, because I'm having this pattern in me as well, because I'm a little bit feel dependent on them again.
Okay,
and maybe
so this has several sides. Like this has one thing is that when we return to the family, when we spend time again with the family, or we live together with the family, we just go back unconsciously, unwillingly, we go back to the same dynamic. Yeah, so there is a dynamic with the family we experienced, we grew up with. And then when we are away from that dynamic, we are away from the family, then we can detach from that dynamic. So you lived in Dubai or wherever for 10 years alone, so you were not part of that bubble, and then you managed to be more independent, you learn to become independent. But when you go back to your family, especially you live with your family, you go back to the same dynamic, you know, and then you just become, you know, even if you are grown up, when you are with your family, you kind of become the same child you used to be with them, yeah, and then you start to act on the same way. So that is yeah, the most challenging thing, I think, is being with your family and act and not regressing to the child, into the child attitude or energy we once were. It's yeah, so it's kind of I think is normal that it's happening to you because you are there again with your family, and what can you do? Like, what can you do? Like, not living with your family, for example. That could be one solution, because when you are part of that bubble and you want to transform your ways acting in that bubble, is like you are not really in a supportive environment because you are for that transformation, because you are held in the bubble, and then while you are in the bubble you want to step out of the bubble. So it's like it takes much more effort to do the transformation as opposed to living separate. Does it make any sense? Yeah, yeah. And then in terms of what you said, in the becoming independent, that will be the main topic of school age. Yeah, so that will be week 6 to become independent, and learning about the development of becoming independent, and exercises to create that container inside of you. Yeah, so it's coming. Yeah. Okay, so Agi or Henny, would you like to share about suppressed emotions? Yeah, Agi.
I mean, a lot of things can already be said and resonated with me, and I'm glad that kind of theme of what happens when we go back to our home happens as well. How we can, I feel like I become a different person, as I mean, the old person as well, and like in my case, it's like all the energy just goes. To be honest, suddenly I cannot do anything. Like I cannot cook, I cannot do anything around the house. But in terms of like feelings, emotions, and the questions, like what I suppress and in which situations, same sort of anger, for anger, envy, and shame. And now I put fear as well. In terms of, and I currently I suppress it in many situations, at work, at home, less so in like with my friends, especially friends from Poland. Like I feel comfortable expressing and saying, like, you know, telling someone to piss off, and that's quite comfortable. Actually, nothing is going to happen. It's a safe environment to say it.
You said a key word, Agi. For us to be able to express negative emotions is to feel safe.
Yeah,
it's to feel safe, that it is okay. I still will be loved, and I still will belong. Because as children, it's just essential. It's essential to us that we belong to the family, that we are looked after and we are fed and we have a home, you know, and that is terrifying to think that if I don't do what they expect me to do, or if I don't behave, or if I am this, or if I am that, then I won't be loved, and that means that I will left out, or I
Yeah.
will sent away, and that is actually for a child is basically is dying, you know, that is
Yeah.
equal to death.
Die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's
And won't be long. But that's okay.
yeah,
I mean, I know that with my friends, there are some boundaries, because we did, as we will get this in teenage times, we did rejected some people based on some expression of feelings. Actually, so us kind of my group kind of excluding a couple of people at some point. And I know I had that fear at some point, like, what if I sort of kick off a little bit more than usual? But so far, it's been okay, actually. And there were moments like, you know, maybe not throwing dishes at each other, but expressing some kind of anger. But I was trying to think, like, in terms of kind of my mum and not being able to express fully my anger towards my mum. What is it that's kind of holding me? What am I afraid of, actually? Struggling with that a little bit. Like, things that I wrote today was like, okay, if I'm angry and I express it, she'll get ill.
oh yeah, that I remember she had this kind of manipulation, huh?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
she'll get ill. And if she gets ill, then obviously I'm that bad person, then causes someone to
Yeah.
get worse, and then the person dies and everything. So I put, like, she'll disapprove, and I'm a bad daughter. I'm that bad daughter again.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll be shamed as well in some kind of social situations. What did Aggie do today? Kind of situation. And in contrast to thing what I remember from like social events, like my parents used to throw names days, like birthdays. They weren't a thing, but names days used to be like a big parties in Poland. I think they might be still. And you always have those parents who would say how great their kids are, how, like, you know, everyone is an Einstein basically. And then my parents would be very quiet about it. So it would be really hard, like, to say, well, you really have to prompt them to, like, my dad wouldn't know because he would be not interested. My mom would be like, okay, after thinking there's something going on. But I would have been, I think, afraid of being, like, if I maybe kind of shamed in some situations.
Yeah. Yeah, it
Definitely
sounds like
some situations were shared with the you know, with the man who was hired to be a Santa Claus on St. Nicholas Day, and then expressing in front of other cousins that yes, Aggie is the one who calls her brother names and the one who spits on him. It was a face as well. So
sounds like there was quite a bit of shaming, no? Like
there was,
yeah,
but I'm just thinking with my mom in that kind of,
creating
what
shame.
is that real fear? Like, I think it comes more maybe at school times when it became very, because I remember that, you know, getting bad marks and that, and being quite petrified of saying that, you know, I didn't get the mark or I completely failed. But yeah, it's like,
so, you know, like for parents, this is a way to exercise control. Like Natalia shared, that is easier. It was easier for her parents to have a good daughter, easy to deal with. Yeah. So it's a control.
I think it's also their own ego, actually. How are they as parents? I mean, there's been so much, I think, degree in my household of comparing to other kids. I think I think it's how my mom turned out as a mother as well,
Okay, yeah.
herself.
Okay.
What was she able to achieve through us?
Okay, so being proud of her daughter. So she's a
Yeah.
good, if she can be proud of her children, then she's a good mother, no? Like,
Yeah.
she did a good job.
Yeah. And one thing I've never fully felt, I think, is her pride of us. I felt like contentment, you know, I felt a lot of we had a lot of beautiful moments, but pride has never been there. It's, that just like feels, it will feel amazing, but it's not, maybe temporarily, you know, when I got a good mark basically, or passed that exam, or got to that university, or
Oh, very nice. Okay, so
but then that would wear off.
Okay, so it's not like not okay. So you have to do something.
Yeah, no, it's always been, and it's always been.
You have to
an academic achievement, nothing else.
So you have to prove, or you have to achieve something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So
academically,
just,
specifically, nothing else. Nothing else mattered actually.
Okay.
Yeah. So. Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to think with the younger what comes first, and what really is that fear? Is it that she'll get ill, or is it the fear that I'm that bad person, and it's hard to do with the feeling of that bad child.
So for this, for example, for this, so you know, like usually this is how it goes. That let's say that we had like intense emotion. Let's say we had a positive, intense emotion, like ecstatic joy, and then we were shamed or criticized, or let's put it under this category of rejected. Yeah, rejected in that emotion, like it is too much or too intense, and then we were too intense in that ecstatic joy, and then we are afraid to experience or express that emotion again. Yeah. And then we suppress. So here is a joy, and then there was a rejection on the top of it, and then there is suppression, and then there is another emotion which can be shame, for example, being ashamed of having that joy, or we feeling or fear. Fear can be also, you know, on top of it, feeling afraid to express that joy, because then we will be rejected or rejected or criticized. So for example, for this, discovering these layers upon layers on emotions in our body, in our system, coming from suppressed emotions, that heart breath meditation is very beneficial, where you know, I guide you guys through that work practice of breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. We have done this together in stage 1. This one, and then I ask you feeling the sensations, and then asking yourself what is underneath that sensation. And then again, what is underneath that sensation? And that is exactly the exercise, feeling the fear and the rejection and the anger and the joy. So going layers by layers, discovering the different emotions. Yeah. So that would be something to do. Yeah.
So I haven't had a look actually at that video. No, it's that.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely that sort of that intensity, even like not done in a very kind of subtle, not maybe in a like shame is such a big word, but it sort of, oh, calm down a little bit. I know you're happy, but you know, don't be that don't happy, or others will, but there's a lot of that. What will others think? What will others say? I don't know, from in the environment herself. I mean, I remember from my kind of 18th birthday, okay, it was quite embarrassing for my mother, but I got quite a funny present from my friends, and some parents really were laughing at it because they've seen it. And my mom just ran away when she saw it. She was so embarrassed. She ran, she opened the door and just ran away inside the house.
Okay, so that is basically that can also come from different motivations, but if it's too much about what other thinks, then it's basically trying to fit in or wanting to fit in, not wanting to be different or not daring to be different, which is also a survival mechanism, right? Like to survive, you need to fit in, and if you are different, then you might don't fit in, you will be rejected, and
that might give that transgenerational challenge that I discovered in stage 1 as well.
Yeah, it can come also from that.
Because that's the mantra of my kind of parents: do not stick out too much. Be unnoticed. Don't get noticed. Because others might hurt you. Basically, don't trust anyone, because don't speak, stay quiet, don't talk about us.
So, just be invisible because that is safe, no?
Yeah.
Okay, very nice. Very nice, thank you. Thank you, ladies. So for integrating and transforming suppressed emotions, that hard breath meditation is quite useful. You find it in this week material, and we will do another breathwork practice. That is totally new to all of you. We haven't done it yet together. On Friday, where we learn to switch from one emotion to another, and that will be also recorded. So we will do it together once on Friday, and then following the recording, you will be able to do that alone as well. Okay, so I would like to continue with reading the letters, but before that I need just 1 minute because a storm is coming. I can feel already the wind, the storm is coming, so I need to go into the house. Otherwise I will be affected by the storm. We are in the rainy season already in Thailand, and when these tropical storms are coming, it's just unbelievably heavy. Yeah, I just need 1 minute, and then maybe you also want to take a break, and then we continue with the letters. No, I am just in the house because the storm is coming, so I have to come out. Okay. Can you guys hear me? Yeah? So I am ready to continue. If you are ready to continue. And I understand that Agi doesn't have the letter, which is okay. So you will post it on the Facebook group. Okay, and then one more comment Agi wrote here. Some good emotions do not come to me easily. Compassion and loving kindness. Both phrases annoy me and feel like a fad. Okay, so I think generally when you start to deal with negative emotions, then positive emotions also have more space, yeah, to be felt and to be expressed. Yeah, it will come naturally. And Dana doesn't have the letter. Okay, cool. So then the two of you, when the letter is ready, then please make the video recording and put it on the Facebook. Just take your time. Whenever it's ready, then it's ready. Just make sure that you don't you finish with the letter and the video recording before you continue with the next stage. And Natalia, can I send my letter to mail because I need to go? Okay, so please could you, Natalia, please could you make a video recording? You can make a video recording on your phone of reading out a letter and then send it to me by email, and I will also post on the Facebook. Yeah, so Natalia, just make a video recording on your phone of reading the letter and send it to me by email. Okay, cool. So then basically Virginia is reading the letter only because because Henny had to go. Okay, so fantastic. So then bye Natalia, bye. See you on Friday. Okay, Virginie, how are you feeling about reading the letters? You were so brave last time. Yeah, are you open to do it?
Yeah, we'll try, but I will try to translate also in the dynamic.
Okay. So let's start, please, first with you, the grown-up, to the little one. Yeah. That is the first letter. You, the
Grown-up
grown-up.
to the little one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The grown-up to the little one. Ça, c'est les parents. Okay. Wait. Okay. My little sweetie. I want
Very nice.
I want to say you that you have the right to change of opinion. You have the right to say nothing and to say something. You have the right to want, you have the right to be alone, to want to be alone, and to want to be with people. You have the right to see. You have the right to win and to have some experience and don't how we say that and don't have you can have some échec. I don't know the word. I have a yeah. Okay. You can go and back every time. You can take the time. You need to take your time, because with the time you can learn more and you can have experience. And if you take your time, you can understand more what you need. I want that you authorize you to express your need and be in your rhythm. You have the right to have your opinion. You have the right to say no and to say yes. You have the right to do something as you want. And I want to tell you that I will help you to and give you all I can to find your place in this world, in your authenticity and trust. I want that you take your choice and don't follow that something or someone tell you to do. You need to think what is right for you, but not without thinking of punishment of judgment by others, because you have the right to live, you have the right to love, you have the right to be. I want to tell you that I will do all is in my power to be near you, to listen you, and to take care of your needs. I think it's yeah.
Thank you. That's it. Really nice. Yeah, really nice. Like emphasizing
and yeah,
that she can have her own opinion and authority. Very nice. Thank you.
And also for me, it's very important about the place, to take the place in my world, in the world.
Yeah.
Was very important for me to write, and I do an affirmation about that. I have the right to take the place in the world. I have the right to take my place in the world.
Yeah.
I do a lot of affirmation about that. Yeah. After
nice.
I said, I want that you know that sometimes I was afraid and sad.
Oh, so this
and
is from the little.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I want to know that sometimes I was afraid and sad, and sometimes I do like a turtle. So I create like a carapace, something around me, um, to stop me to play and be who I am. I was afraid. I want, I want, I take my time, and I need time and attention to take my place in this world and to emancipate me. I was often, uh, I was really feeling often very alone, isolated, and I really compare me by the others. But I want, I have, I am, I get the perception that I am some better is not really, but it's not really the truth. You and today I see that my evolution is, and your evolution is the way that I can um, accept all the part and all the respect and give me a lot of love. Um, uh, I think we are on the right way and we can healing us together in union, in happiness, in joy, because it's really beautiful to be together. And I want to wish us to put some seed and to put our roots in the mother earth, because it will be the real a real things for the world. So you need to trust in you, and I need to trust in me also. And if together we are with trust and serenity, I think we can offer really something beautiful for this world. So I want to forgive. I want that you forgive me, and I want to forgive you also, because sometimes we don't take the same road, but now I think we can be together. I'm really sorry to stay alone in my cage, but I really need the time that you listen me, and I really need the time that you are ready to be with me.
Oh, really beautiful. It's really beautiful, Virginie. Really. Very wise, deep, and sensitive words. Yeah, it's really, really nice. Thank you. Thank you. And I am also really happy to see that last time you said like, oh, I don't feel comfortable reading the letter. I am not sure I can translate it. And this time you just did it. Yeah, you just did it. Very nice. Thank you. You are such an inspiration. And even with, with just translating it right now, yeah, I can also I can see that in French you express yourself with such an elegance. And Agi has right. I wish I could hear it in French, even if I could. Oh, okay. Nice. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for her.
Thank you. So I understand that Agi, Dana, and Hani doesn't have a letter, and you would like to record it and put it on the Facebook. And Dana, will you do the infancy letters or singing the song? That was what you wanted to do. Will you do the infancy letters?
Yeah, I will do everything, but when the time is right. So how I said, I'm at this birth process.
Okay.
Not finished yet, almost finished, but I'm still there.
Okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
so I'm taking slowly pace.
Okay, cool. Okay. So then I would like to close it with close the call with please share with us in a few sentences. Okay, Agi.
have a question about one of the kind of points in that letter document is to write about your traumas as well, or what you remember, and in as much detail as possible. That what do we do with it actually? Do we just kind of leave it there, or?
So yeah, you collect the information, specifically the traumas, and then when you write the letter from the grown-up to the little one, and you could speak to those traumas.
Okay.
Yeah, you could speak like, I understand that you felt hurt or disappointed or neglected or this and that, and but now, yeah, but now I am here, or I take care of you. Yeah. Yeah, and also, you know, like collecting the information is a way to activate those memories basically, and connect to that inner child within. Yeah. Okay. Very nice. Good question. So I would like to close it with asking or listening to you. What is your takeaway from today? And because I know that Hani has to go, she has something else to do. Can you start, Hani, please, sharing one thing? What is your takeaway from today? What is your biggest takeaway from today?
What would you mean to share? What should I share?
What have you learned today? What have you realized, experienced? What was the biggest, what was the highlight for you of this meeting today?
I think Virginia's letter, but I needed to hear it once more, because I'm really very, very tired of these 3 weeks before, so I couldn't remember. Just I know that this was something what I need to hear again, or something I can see that you are recording, and as well something I think I'm connected to Agi as well. When she was not reading, but she was talking about her some experience. So these two things. But now I cannot tell you what is precisely connection with me, but I know that it's connection, and there were something what I can use, and I can use to go and to try to see inside me. There were some patterns as well what I realized.
Okay, very good, very good. Thank you for being on the call, and if you have to go, then you just disconnect, okay?
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure, thank you.
Thank you. And I have a question, Virginie, before we continue, because Hani said that she really liked your letter, but she would like to hear it once more, and Agi said kind of the same. I wish I could hear it in French, even if I wouldn't understand. If you feel comfortable with that, you also could do a voice recording of your letters in French. In French. I don't understand French, but it would be really lovely to hear it if you want to take the time and put it on the Facebook. Lovely, thank you. You are a real inspiration. Thank you.
Sorry, I just want to say you that I do the process on writing, and I like also recording. So sometimes it changes, but I like to talk also with me. So I record a lot of things. So yes, I can send you a kind of some recordings that I do already. No problem.
Okay, cool. Thank
And
you.
it's in French, so I will send you. Okay.
Yes, thank you. So if you are already on the call, you are on mute. What is your takeaway from today?
Even what I learned, if even if I feel tired and I am in the all in a lot of emotion with my grandmother and what I lived this week, I can be me, and I can take the time for me, and I don't shift, and to find some I don't know, some way to shift the things. So I'm very happy about that. Yes, I'm really in the process to yes, to heal me, and not to shift in another way or to get some resistance. So
Okay, so not to do something else, but
yeah.
focusing on your own process.
Yeah, and accept that even if I have fear of, even if I am tired of, even if I have a lot of emotion of sadness, I can be here like I am, and there is no judgment, and it's what I learned today, that okay, be open, there is no judgment, and you are safe.
Okay, fantastic. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I appreciate your dedication, that you really just follow the process, and as you said, regardless of external events or situations, challenging situations, you are on the task, yeah, and you are focused on doing this healing. You're really nice. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so Agi or Dana, what is your takeaway? Dana.
So I realized once again that actually I didn't express any emotions as a child, negative emotions as a child. This was like not existing in my life, negative emotions to express, because on one side my grandma would get upset, like things like anger, I don't know, something. She would get upset and wouldn't talk to me, would make me feel bad, like I'm a bad person. Or another side, this scarecraft would come, and then from there it's probably coming the fear. So yeah, so probably lots of fear from this suppressed fear. What I saw on Saturday, probably it's also from there, from this, yeah, from these things. And also when you said like if some emotion feel like too much, too intense, probably it's coming from rejection, and you suppress it in these layers. This is like what's happening for me with love. I feel like love is too much, love is too intense, love is unpleasant. I really have these ideas. And yeah, this with the meditation with the heart breath, I already wanted to do it since we did in the I think that was the 4th week or the 5th week, because back then I fell asleep. Yeah, still my intention to do it. I'm gonna get there also.
Yes, and probably it feels love is intense, but not because love is intense, it's so intense, but because there are unresolved emotions attached to love.
Yeah, still I don't know all of that. So where it's coming from, the core, the main core, I'm not there yet.
Yeah. So the heart breath would help.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I know that already, but yeah, it's gonna come.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. And Agi.
Quite a few. I don't know if it's not like a takeaway. It's more what I'm observing about what emerges as I listen to others and just go through that process. I put something in my circle. The poison of needing approval as well. So that's really strong in me. In any sort of situation, I think it's all that kind of yeah.
But we discovered that in stage 1 that is one of kind of your personal law. I mean, it's attached to the personal law, and it comes from your there was comparison. There was comparison in your family, no?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's yeah, and I actually put down fitting. We need to fit, or I need to fit in, or we need as a family need to fit in.
Yeah.
To survive, to fit in, or not to fit in equals death.
Yeah.
And I'm noticing that I make judgments as well, and I punish others in my head. Well, so I used to think of that I'm projecting something, so I'm the guilt, sort of the guilty one of having, if I criticize someone, or it's my projection, and it's in me, but also comes from somewhere before. One thing was something that emerged as well to me is to do with yeah, if I'm a good girl, good daughter, but like if I'm a good one, I'm going to be loved more than my brother will as well. That actually I think there is that as well, to be that number one. Because after all, he had 8 years of being an only child, so
okay.
So that came in, but also that means, yeah, that a parent is, if I'm a good one, the parent is healthy and happy, and it's all nice around, and I can do what I want to do as well. I can play and be happy myself. If a parent is happy, I'm happy. It's interesting because it's like I'm taking responsibility for the happiness of a parent.
Yeah.
In order to be happy.
Yeah, and also, yeah, like trying to make them happy.
Yeah.
Instead of the other way around. Yeah.
Yeah.
There is an affirmation in the list which says, I am not responsible for my parents' emotions, or I am not responsible for others' emotions. This would be really useful. Okay, yeah, very good realizations. And then, you know, like we all have some major topics. Like Dana has this major topic around love, yeah, like coming from living partially here and partially there. So that is her theme to work out, because it looks like that is the most negatively impacting childhood experience. And then for you, it sounds like this comparison and seeking approval, and your mother's reaction, you know, with manifesting illnesses when things are not going on her way. That is like which came up already in stage 1. It's coming back again, because that is your like kind of core, you know, like or let's say issue, at least related to this part of the development. And then, you know, like our systems that just keeps going back to the same topic, as long it's you need to heal, you know, it just keeps going back to the same stuff. When that is healed or healed enough, then your system is naturally, organically moves to the next topic. Yeah, does it make sense?
It does make sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. So healing through affirmations, it's still that is, and breath work.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Thank you. So with this, we are complete for today. Please post your letters whenever you are ready. And if you have any questions, then post them on Facebook. And we see each other on Friday. Yeah, and Friday we do again a bit of sharing, and you have opportunity to ask questions if there is any, and then we do the breathwork. Bye-bye. Ciao. Any disconnected already? Okay, bye. Ciao.